So this time I want to talk about the Syrp Magic Carper Slider, which I bought as an alternative to a gimbal to use with the URSA Mini Pro, because the URSA Mini Pro is it's too big for the gimbal that I've got. I've got the Zion Crane 2, which I've used with the Panasonic GH5S for a few years. But this is one of the things that I calculated. I knew the URSA Mini was going to be too big for the gimbal that I had. And the problem was the sort of gimbals that can handle the URSA Mini Pro are damn expensive. You've got the Ronin 2, which is about 5-6 grand at the minute. That was never going to be an option. The Ronin 1 was a serious contender. You can get those used on eBay in the UK for about £500-600. That was something I was looking at, but the box that it comes in, the box that it lives in, the case, is a huge case, which is something I'd have to contend with and carry around at every job. So I got the Syrp Magic Carper Slider as an alternative to a gimbal. I got the 170cm track. I didn't get the motorized head because I think the motorized head is when you're doing a super long time lapse and you want that long, slow, controlled movement over a long period of time, which is not something I'm doing. I'm happy to control it manually. It's super smooth. It can take up to, I think the track can take up to 7 kg, which is inside the weight limit of the URSA Mini Pro with the battery and the lens and everything. I don't think I'm coming anywhere near that. But the results are, superb. To have that slow, controlled, cinematic push in or pull out, that dolly movement, it really does open up another angle to my filmmaking. And it's something I discovered with the gimbals. I was trying to do these sort of moves anyway, but you can never quite pull it off with a gimbal because you're always kind of moving up or a bit down. You can never get that solid tracked motion. It's always going to be horses for courses. I'm not going to use the slider on every shoot, the same as I probably wouldn't use a gimbal on every shoot, but certainly some corporate projects I've done recently, it fits the bill perfectly. I think at the end of the day, the cinematic camera moves, the controlled cinematic camera moves are most achievable on a slider. And yeah, I think I will look into getting possibly a Zion Crane 3 maybe in the new year, depending on, because I know I'm going to miss putting the URSA on a gimbal, but it's just a question of weight and the amount of equipment that I'm prepared to carry to any one particular gig. This isn't one of their more expensive sliders. I think the carbon fiber tracks, the extendable ones, or the ones that you can add on infinitely, I think they start about £700-800, and then each section is maybe £400. I don't know, that was getting a bit pricey for me. It's down to portability as well. Like I said, this is something that I can easily take with me, as opposed to the huge suitcase that the Ronin 2 would come in. That's where the Zion Crane 3 may play a part, because I think that's going to be more portable. The main reason for buying the Syrp Slider, apart from finding an alternative to a gimbal, was to open up the dolly shots, which I found myself wanting to try to make those shots on the gimbal anyway. So you can't achieve these shots on a gimbal. You really need that locked down dolly track to be able to push in, push out in that controlled slow movement. There's no way you're going to achieve that holding a gimbal handheld. Even the ARRI Trinity stabilizer setup, I'm not sure you can achieve that. You need the solid track of the slider. I think definitely something you should look into if you've got even if you're using a DSLR. Cinema cameras, definitely, to be able to shoot with those controlled movements, adds another sort of level to your filmmaking language.